Welcome to the Deep Dive, where we kind of take all the stuff that maybe you've been meaning to read and turn it into a conversation you actually want to have.
I love that.
So today, we are going to be wading into the marshes of North Carolina.
Yes.
With Delia Owens's Where the Crawdads Sing.
Such a good one.
You guys sent this one in.
Yep.
So clearly, Kaya Clark's story has really resonated with you.
Mm-hmm.
And I have a feeling we're going to uncover exactly why that is.
I think so, too.
Yeah. This book is more than just a coming-of-age tale.
Right.
Would you say that's true?
Oh, absolutely.
What is it?
It's this rich tapestry of survival and prejudice, the raw power of nature. And I think, one of the things that's so fascinating about this book is how Owens weaves all of those elements together so beautifully.
Right from the start, the marsh itself practically leaps off the page.
It does.
She contrasts it with the swamp, describing the marsh as a place of light and movement.
Yeah.
It's almost like a character in and of itself.
Oh, for sure.
Wouldn't you say?
Absolutely. Yeah, and that contrast with the swamp, which she depicts as, still and decaying, really sets up, I think, one of the key themes that runs through the entire book. That duality of nature.
Yeah.
Right. It's both beautiful and harsh, nurturing and unforgiving.
And that is the world that Kaya is thrown into.
Yes.
When she is abandoned.
Yes.
By her family at just 6 years old.
6 years old.
Left alone in this shack.
Yeah.
With very little to survive on.
Hey.
I mean, you can't help but feel for her.
It's heartbreaking.
When you're reading those early chapters.
It is. And just imagine, being that young and having to figure out how to collect mussels for food, how to trade for basic supplies. And remember, she starts out completely illiterate.
Right.
So that adds, I think, a whole other layer of isolation to her experience.
It's incredibly poignant. And you see her innocence, her vulnerability, but also this fierce determination to survive.
Yeah.
And it's through her interaction with the marsh that I think we see her resilience really take root.
Absolutely. Yeah.
How would you describe the way that Owens shows how the marsh becomes Kaya's teacher?
I think she does a really remarkable job of showing how the marsh almost literally becomes her teacher. She learns the language of the birds, the rhythm of the tides, the secrets of the plants and the animals.
Yeah.
She essentially becomes this self-taught naturalist.
It's not just surface level knowledge either.
No.
She's collecting shells, she's collecting feathers.
Yes.
She's meticulously cataloging them.
Right.
This shows like a real scientific mind developing.
Absolutely.
Despite her lack of formal education.
It's a powerful testament, I think, to the idea that education doesn't always come from a classroom.
Yeah.
Kaya's connection with nature becomes her most profound form of learning.
Yeah.
And ultimately, it's this knowledge that really helps her navigate the complexities of the human world.
Speaking of the human world,
yeah,
it's hard to ignore the prejudice that Kaya faces.
Oh, absolutely.
From the town of Barkley Cove.
Right.
They called her Marsh Girl.
Yep.
With a mix of fear and disdain.
Yeah.
I mean, it's heartbreaking to see how they judge her without even trying to understand her.
It really is. That incident at the shoe store where the preacher's wife won't even let her own daughter touch Kaya is just so striking.
Yeah.
I mean, it really highlights the ignorance and the cruelty that Kaya encounters just simply because she's different.
And I think this fear of the other really sets the stage for the events that unfold later in the book.
Oh, for sure.
We see how easily suspicion and judgment can turn into something far more dangerous.
Absolutely.
But before we get to that, I do want to talk about Tate Walker.
Yes.
He brings a much-needed dose of kindness.
Yes, he does.
Into Kaya's life.
He's a fascinating character. He recognizes her intelligence, her potential, and he really takes the time to teach her to read. It's a gesture that opens up a whole new world for her.
It's more than just learning the alphabet.
Right.
It's about giving Kaya a voice.
Yes.
A way to connect with a wider world. Beyond the marsh. You can feel the transformative power of that connection.
Absolutely. And it's through their shared love of nature, I think, that their bond really deepens.
Yeah.
They explore the marsh together. They share their knowledge. They share their passion. It's just a beautiful depiction of how nature can bring people together.
But their relationship isn't without its challenges.
No.
When Tate leaves for college,
Kaya
feels abandoned.
Yes.
Once again.
Yeah.
And I think this is where we start to see the cracks in her trust.
Yeah.
A little bit.
Absolutely. It's a turning point in the story, I think. Kaya, who has already endured so much loss and betrayal, begins to question, I think, the reliability of human connection.
Yeah.
Which makes her, even more wary of the world outside the marsh.
And it's into this vulnerable space that Chase Andrews enters the picture.
Right.
He's the popular town athlete.
Yeah.
Seemingly everything Kaya is not.
Right.
And their relationship pretty quickly turns dark.
Yeah, he represents, I think, the allure of acceptance and belonging.
Yeah.
Something that Kaya deeply desires.
Of course.
But beneath that surface charm, there's this dangerous possessiveness.
Right.
That really mirrors the violence that she's experienced in her past.
The tension really starts to build as we learn more about Chase.
It does.
And then, of course, comes the discovery of his body at the fire tower.
At the fire tower.
Immediately, all eyes turn to Kaya.
It's such a masterful way, I think, to introduce that murder mystery element.
Yeah.
Owens really sets the stage for the suspicion to fall squarely on Kaya.
Right.
Fueled by the town's, existing prejudices.
Oh, yeah. I'm dying to know what you make of all the evidence that starts to pile up against Kaya.
Oh, yeah.
The red fibers, the missing shell necklace.
Yeah.
Right. The witness accounts.
It's very incriminating.
It's all very incriminating.
It is.
It's designed to make us question Kaya's innocence.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
But Owens also cleverly, I think, plants these seeds of doubt.
Oh, she does.
For instance, Kaya has a confirmed alibi in Greenville
Right.
at the time of Chase's death. And the timeline of the prosecution's case has some pretty glaring holes.
It does.
It's like she's giving us a puzzle with some missing pieces.
Right.
And forcing us to examine all the angles.
She is. And that's where we'll pick up in the next part of our deep dive.
Yeah, we got a trial to dissect.
Yes, we do.
And some major twists to unravel.
Oh, yeah. Welcome back to the deep dive.
Oh, yeah.
We left off with Kaya facing a murder charge, the town of Barkley Cove ready to believe the worst about her.
Totally.
And it's really in the courtroom that the full weight of their prejudice becomes, I think, truly terrifying.
You're so right. I mean, Owens paints this really vivid picture of that courtroom scene.
She does.
The stifling atmosphere, the judging eyes of the townspeople.
Yes.
It's palpable.
Yeah.
You can really feel how much they want to see Kaya condemned.
And it's such a powerful reminder of how easily a community can turn against an outsider, especially when fueled by fear and misunderstanding.
Yeah.
And for Kaya, who's always found solace in the natural world,
right.
This human judgment is particularly jarring.
And amidst all of that, there's this small detail that really stuck with me.
Oh, yeah. Tell me.
Sunday Justice.
Yes.
The courthouse cat.
Uh-huh.
He becomes this unexpected source of comfort for Kaya, wouldn't you say?
It's such a poignant image, isn't it? This creature who's free to roam the courtroom.
Right.
While Kaya's, confined and judged.
Yeah.
Represents, I think, this kind of wild freedom that she longs for. It speaks to her deep connection with nature, even in this stark and sterile setting.
I also really loved how Owens describes the courtroom sketch in the source material. The artist captures the expressions of the townspeople.
Right.
Their eagerness to witness the downfall of the Marsh girl.
It's chilling.
It's chilling.
I think that sketch really serves as this visual representation of the prejudice that Kaya faces.
Yeah.
It underscores the fact that she's being judged not just on the evidence, but on these preconceived notions about who she is and where she comes from.
And speaking of evidence, Owens masterfully builds suspense.
She does.
Throughout the trial.
Yes.
We have these conflicting testimonies.
Right.
The red wool hat found at the crime scene. The missing shell necklace that Chase had given Kaya, the bus driver's kind of uncertain account of whether he actually saw Kaya that day.
Right.
It's a tangled web.
It's a tangled web for sure.
Yeah.
The detail about the tides and the missing footprints, I think, is particularly clever.
Oh, yeah.
Tom Milton, Kaya's attorney, uses that scientific evidence to really challenge the prosecution's claims, highlighting how the, ever-changing nature of the marsh could have easily erased any trace of Kaya's presence.
Totally. It shows how easily assumptions can be made.
Yeah.
Especially when you're dealing with an environment as complex and dynamic as the marsh. And then there's the fact that the fire tower grates, they were considered a safety hazard, and the sheriff himself had requested that they be secured.
Right.
Makes you wonder why they were still unsecured the night that Chase died.
Right.
Right.
That detail, I think, subtly exposes the hypocrisy at play. The town that has ostracized Kaya is now relying on this, known safety hazard to build their case against her.
It's a lot to unpack, for sure. And we also, I think, can't forget about the emotional weight of Kaya's past traumas, particularly the abuse that she suffered at the hands of Chase.
Absolutely. Kaya isn't just this mysterious marsh girl. She is a survivor of domestic violence. And that experience so deeply shapes her behavior and her mistrust of people.
Yeah.
I think Owens doesn't shy away at all from depicting the brutal reality of that abuse.
The scene where she finds a strange comfort.
Oh, yes.
In observing those female insects who devour their mates.
Right.
It's disturbing.
Yeah.
But it also, I think, speaks to that profound impact of the trauma that she's endured. It's this primal, almost instinctual response to the pain and betrayal that she's experienced.
And I think that's where Owens's, deep understanding of the natural world really comes in. She uses nature not just as a setting, but as a metaphor for human emotions and instincts.
Right.
Kaya, even in her darkest moments, finds parallels and a strange understanding in the survival mechanisms of other species.
It's thought-provoking, to say the least.
Yeah.
But even amidst, I think, the darkness of the trial, we see these glimpses of Kaya's inner strength, her quiet determination, her reliance on her knowledge of the marsh, even just her simple act of feeding the dulls while she's awaiting her fate.
Yes.
It all speaks to her resilience.
It does. And that resilience is so inextricably linked, I think, to her connection with nature. It's in the marsh, away from the judgment and the prejudice of Barkley Cove, that she really finds her true self and her unwavering strength.
That contrast is so powerful.
Yeah.
And then there's Tate, who continues to support Kia.
He does.
Even when their romantic relationship is strained.
Right.
His determination to help her, to get her work published, it shows a real depth of understanding and compassion.
It does. His actions speak volumes. He recognizes her talent. He champions her work. He brings her scientific journals while she's in jail.
Right.
I mean, it's a subtle but incredibly meaningful gesture.
We also see that kindness from Jumpin' and Mabel, who provide Kaya with kind of that practical help and emotional support.
Right.
They become her lifeline to the outside world.
Yeah.
They see her worth even when the rest of the town does not.
I think their presence really highlights the importance of community, even in its smallest forms. Jumpin' and Mabel really embody the idea that true compassion can come from the most unexpected places.
It's a reminder that even in the face of widespread prejudice, there are these individuals who choose kindness and understanding.
And that leads us, I think, to another really compelling aspect of the story, which is Kaya's family history.
Totally.
That revelation of her mother's attempts to return, her letters pleading to be reunited with her children, adds a whole new layer of tragedy.
It's heartbreaking.
It is. We see Kaya grappling with the pain of abandonment, realizing that her mother did care for her, but was trapped in this cycle of abuse and fear. It humanizes her story even further.
It does.
And I think it adds a layer of complexity to how we view her character.
The fact that Kaya keeps the ashes of her mother's letter.
Yes.
That one tangible connection.
Right.
To a mother she barely remembers.
Yeah.
It's incredibly moving.
It is. It speaks to, the enduring power of love and that longing for connection, even in its most fractured forms.
And then there are the paintings that Jody brings back.
Oh, yes.
Depicting these moments from their childhood.
Right.
It's as if those images offer this glimpse into a happier time, a time before abandonment and hardship.
It's an incredibly powerful scene. Those paintings, created by a mother struggling with her own demons, become a source of healing and connection for Kaya.
It's a beautiful reminder that even in the midst of darkness, art can be a source of light and hope.
Absolutely. It's fascinating how art becomes this bridge between the past and the present, and how it connects Kaya to her family in a way she never thought possible.
Right.
And I think it ties into that larger theme of nature as a source of inspiration and understanding. Remember that quote from the book where Kaya talks about the ruthless-seeming behaviors of nature?
Oh, yeah.
How even abandonment can be a survival mechanism, a way to ensure the continuation of life.
Right.
It's a profound insight.
It is, yeah.
It makes you question, I think, our own perceptions of right and wrong.
Totally.
And how even the harshest actions can sometimes stem from this deep-seated instinct to protect and survive.
It's a challenging idea to grapple with, for sure, but it really gets to the heart, I think,
It does.
of where the Crawdads Sing is really about.
Yeah.
That question of what it means to be human.
Yes.
To exist within this complex web of nature and society.
We're not done yet. We still need to unravel the final mysteries of this captivating tale and explore what Kaya's ultimate fate reveals about the power of resilience.
Yeah.
And the enduring beauty of the natural world.
Stay tuned for the final part of our deep dive where we connect all the dots.
Yes.
And delve into those lingering questions.
Right.
That make this story so unforgettable. Welcome back to the deep dive. We've really journeyed through Kaya's extraordinary life, her connection to the marsh.
We have.
The trial that really tested her strength,
Mm-hmm.
and then those heartbreaking revelations about her family.
It's a lot.
But there's still so much to unpack as we kind of head into the final chapters.
Yeah.
Of where the Crawdads Sing.
You're right. And the tension doesn't let up. Even after the verdict is delivered.
No.
Owens masterfully, I think, keeps us on the edge of our seats, questioning everything we thought we knew about Kaya and the secrets that she holds.
After the trial, we see Kaya returning to the marsh,
Yes.
seeking refuge in the familiar embrace of nature.
Mm-hmm.
It's a powerful image of healing and renewal, wouldn't you say?
Absolutely. It's a symbolic return, I think, to her roots.
Yeah.
To the place where she's always felt, most at home. The marsh represents this kind of sanctuary for her, a world where she can just be herself, free from the judgment and expectations of society.
And it's that familiar setting that she reconnects with Tate.
Mm-hmm.
Their reunion is both heartwarming.
It is.
And bittersweet.
Yeah.
There's so much love and understanding between them.
There is.
But also this, shadow of past hurts.
It's a testament, I think, to the complexity of human relationships.
Yeah.
Owens doesn't shy away from showing how love can be both, a source of strength and a source of pain. Yeah. And Tate's patience and unwavering support for Kaya is truly remarkable.
It is.
Especially after all that they've been through. Yeah. It's a really beautiful depiction of how love can endure, even when tested by, time and circumstance.
And we see Kaya finally finding, I think, a sense of peace and fulfillment.
Yeah.
Both in her relationship with Tate and in her work.
Yes.
As a naturalist and an author.
It's a powerful reminder that we all have the capacity to overcome adversity and create a meaningful life for ourselves. Kaya's story is a testament to the resilience of the human spirit and the transformative power of nature.
But just when we think we've reached this, satisfying resolution, Owens throws in that final twist.
She does.
The scene where Tate discovers the hidden compartment in Kaya's shack.
Oh my gosh, yes.
Revealing her connection to Amanda Hamilton, the local poet.
Right.
That completely blew my mind.
It's a masterstroke of storytelling. Yeah. Suddenly, we're forced to re-examine everything we thought we knew about Kaya.
Right.
Was she more involved in Chase's death than we initially believed?
Right.
What does her connection to Amanda Hamilton reveal about her hidden depths?
It's the kind of ending that stays with you long after you close the book, for sure.
It does.
It sparks so many questions about identity, about truth, and these blurred lines between innocence and guilt. It makes you wonder if we ever truly know another person.
Right.
Even those closest to us.
And that's the brilliance of Where the Crawdads Sing, right? Owens doesn't offer easy answers. She leaves us with a sense of wonder.
Yeah.
And a profound appreciation, I think, for the complexities of human nature.
For me, I think one of the most enduring aspects of this book is the way that Owens weaves together the natural world with the human drama. The marsh isn't just a backdrop. It's a character.
It is.
In its own right.
Right.
Reflecting Kaya's emotional states, mirroring the cycles of life and death.
Absolutely. It's a powerful reminder of our interconnectedness with nature. Kaya's deep understanding of the marsh, her ability to read the signs and the rhythms of the natural world, ultimately shapes her understanding of herself and her place in the world.
It leaves us with this lingering question.
Yes.
How much of our behavior is shaped by nature versus nurture? Can we ever truly escape the pull of our instincts, even when we're striving to rise above them?
Where the Crawdads Sing doesn't offer those easy answers to those questions.
Right.
But it invites us to contemplate them, to really delve into the mysteries of the human heart and the enduring power of the natural world.
It's a story that has resonated with millions of readers.
It has.
And I think it's because it speaks to something deep within us. A longing for connection, a yearning for understanding, and a fascination with the wild beauty of the natural world.
So as we conclude our deep dive into this captivating tale, I think it's safe to say that Where the Crawdads Sing is more than just this captivating mystery.
Right.
It's a testament to the power of resilience, a celebration of the human spirit, and a reminder that even in the most desolate of places, life finds a way.
It's a story that will stay with you long after you've turned that final page.
Yes.
Prompting you to look at the world around you with fresh eyes and a deeper appreciation for the interconnectedness of all living things.
And on that note, we encourage you to pick up a copy of Where the Crawdads Sing.
Yes.
Embark on your own journey of discovery.
Yeah.
We're sure you'll find something to marvel at
within
its pages.
We'll see you guys next time on The Deep Dive.